I'm getting there's an energy that you can't shake. It's recognizable. You recognize it, but there is a quality about it that is different. It's not anything that you want for yourself here. You feel as though something does not belong. Okay, kind of like in your energy, your energetic field, because I'm getting um two shields or force fields kind of like bouncing from off one another. Okay, or there's an energy that's trying to get you to bend, against your own will. Um, here. So it's kind of like maybe this collective is you going up against another person, or maybe the environment that you're in. You have this protective barrier, okay? Um, and it's impenetrable. So what's happening now is the energy of bouncing, bouncing. It's not entering, but it is kind of like bouncing up against yours. And the energy here, so there's kind of like a protective barrier, or there's like a field here where it's not allowing anything in at this moment, okay? Um, but there's an energy that you're trying to shake. So maybe you're trying to get another energy to bend to your will. Okay, so maybe a lot of you are, magicians in your own right. Okay, so we have Divine Mother, Manifest, Celestial, Rose of Ma. Okay, some of you could be pregnant. You could be dealing with pregnancy, and so you're kind of like feeling activity going on down there. Okay, or there's activity. Okay, if we're talking about um, spiritual, okay, because that's the physical. But if we're talking about a spiritual thing that's going on, we can speak of maybe a birth, okay, or someone's dealing with a pregnancy. We are in Libra season, okay. So that definitely deals with kind of like the natural womb, the spiritual womb, and the artificial womb. Okay, I'm getting there's a combination of all three here. Okay, spiritual, um, natural, and artificial. Okay, so this could be, okay, if we're talking about also birthing something, it could be creativity, okay, a creative project here. And then the physical could be what's already been established, okay, what's already here. Okay, so it's like their authority, okay, what they have to say about it, going against what naturally is being done, okay, and also what you've instilled within it. Okay, so there's kind of like different differences that are going on here. It's like the main purpose of this is to produce the same outcome, physical, spiritual, artificial. But an artificial, you can think of something as being kind of like an afterthought, okay, a byproduct, or a um what's not there, but what could potentially be instilled from what is becoming. Okay. But let's get into this. All right, so that could be a whole nother talk without tarot oracle, just like a talk that I'll do. Okay, because I see that they have podcasts on YouTube now. So let's see. So it could definitely be related to creativity or creation. Okay, what you are creating, what you are preparing to. Okay, so you could be in the preparation process, or you're kind of like nourishing it. Okay, giving it all, it needs to thrive. Okay, or prepare to thrive. So this could be a subgroup or subcategory of some kind. Okay, this could be a division. All right, so we have 22, the lion and the deer. The lion and the deer. And then we have two, passion for purpose. Of course, passion for purpose. Sacral chakra. Okay, the lion and the deer. Solar plexus, deer. Sacral, excuse me, root. All right, so we're talking about the root, the sacral and the solar plexus. Also see the number 222 on here. All right, so I won't read the whole thing. I will not read the whole thing, um, but I will be guided through the message to relay it over to you. So let's see. All right, so we have passion for purpose, 22, the lion and the deer. All right, so let's go ahead and read this by Rumi. When you enter the garden of the heart, you become fragrant like the rose. When you fly toward heaven, you become graceful like the angel. If you get burned like oil, you become brilliant. When you become thin like hair and yearning, your joy leads the way. You'll be the kingdom and the king. You'll be paradise and the guardian angel. You'll be infidelity and you'll be faith. You'll be the lion and you'll be the deer. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So I'll read those. I won't read the whole thing because it's like pages for each one. They have a ritual, okay? So that was the lion and the deer. Did I hold up? I didn't hold up the right one. I don't know why. You see, the energy is kind of like, it's a little confusion here. All right, so this was the one I just read. 22, the lion and the deer. All right, so 2, passion for purpose. Love, like life. Love, like life, flows throughout the heart. Feel the thrill of the flow and say nothing, Rumi. Passion for purpose. Love, like life, flows through the heart. Feel the thrill of the flow and say nothing. Okay? Do you yearn to find your way, to fulfill your divine destiny, to know the purpose for your presence within this sacred body of the Earth Mother? Your heart is questioning for deeper meaning. It desires certainty as to your sacred tasks for this lifetime. Your heart wants to know why you were born, for what purpose. You must know that answer to these questions and for what purpose? Why were you born? You must know that the answer to these questions is love, appropriate since we're in Libra season also. Okay. Um You are the lion and the deer. You are bold, fierce, and vibrant, and you are silent, sweet, and gentle. If I should come to you in arrogance, you roar at me until my falsehood quakes in fear. So terrified it gives up the game, and love's conquest happens yet again. If I should come to you in surrendered adoration, open to whatever you may wish, you are so gentle with me. Like a deer, you offer me nothing to fear or resist, so that I too become sweet and gentle, longing to submit your tender ministrations. All right, all right. So, what is your purpose, collective? What is your purpose right now? Basically, it's to love. It's to love. All right. It's to create your own sense of the word, what it is for you, and to showcase that out, okay, for others to see. Now, of course, this starts internally, so you have to love oneself in order for something that you are creating to know what that means. So this is, producing something, this is passing it on. Okay, this could be energetically. Okay. When you love understands fear, but it knows no fear. Fear flees. Fear cannot touch it. Okay? It knows what it is, but it cannot come into its presence without it ultimately understanding where it's standing. Okay? So for a lot of you, I remember I did a message before, and for the collective, okay, I was using tarot. And I was talking about why they ghost you. Why are they ghosts? Okay, the ghosts, they exist in the dark. You know of them, but have you ever seen one? A ghost will not exist in the light. It will flee once the light is there. That's why you never catch them, but you know of them. Okay. Um So I'm getting an energy of a lot of you standing in your power. You know your power here. You know what you're trying to create, what you're manifesting. Okay, there's a divine purpose. But there's also this energy where it wants to run away and hide. So you could be dealing with an opposite of you. It's interesting, the saying, opposites attract. They're like the polar opposites of one another. They're on the opposite end of the spectrum, but there is always a link. So whoever you've met, okay, you would know what this person is. There's an attachment there. There's a link here. So there had to be a moment of repelling or attraction and then repelling. Attraction, repel. This is kind of like the a part of the natural law. If there's attraction, there's also a moment of repelling where something needed to be repelled. So we're definitely going to do past life because it seems as though a lot of us are trying to figure out kind of like, okay, well, we know, but what's the purpose behind it? Like, what is the purpose? I need a sense of remembrance. All right, so we're going to do past life oracle cards. Let's see. Monk or, okay, monk or nun. I have not. So, what is this feeling in my stomach as though I'm pregnant? I'm a whole man. I have no womb. So, why do I feel like I have one? Why am I dealing with these symptoms? These symptoms are the repercussion of actually wanting to be my own guide and, make life naturally. Thinking artificially about it is thinking about what you have to endure, the symptoms that you deal with or that occurs where you're in the process of creating. Hold on. All right. Let me go ahead and take a water break. So this might be an hour long. Okay, failure is only learning. I move with confidence and resilience. I believe it said that in resilience. So interesting. All right, so I have this little echo device right here, and I was just about to call her Siri because they are definitely sisters. Okay, Alexa and Siri. Siri and Alexa. Why those names? All right, but I told her to go ahead and clear those notifications because I was tired of seeing the yellow light appear. I get notifications on this thing like every day, random ones, and so I was like, just go ahead and clear it because it comes through my phone too, so I can see what it is. Um, and she was like, okay. She went ahead and did it. Notifications are cleared, and I noticed the blue ring still there for like 5 seconds. So I was like, thank you. And Alexa was like, oh, you're ever so welcome. Your kindness really gives me a charge. And I had to kind of like chuckle at that for a moment, but I feel as though it relates to this, collective energy update. Your kindness, it gives someone a charge. Okay. It charges them up. Of, of course, there could be a sexual connotation to that as well, but let's go ahead and get a little bit of this. Because now we're speaking about, it seems as though both the divine masculine and the divine feminine energy is coming up, but it started with the divine feminine. That's the energy I was feeling, but then both showed up at the same time after that. The divine masculine has not showed up by himself. Okay. um it's either the divine feminine, okay, or both divine feminine and divine masculine. I mean, the divine masculine came from, the divine feminine here. Okay, can you say that? Can we say that? Okay, is there some truth to what was said? The divine masculine would not be here if not for the divine feminine. Okay, the divine, or can we just say the divine feminine um, is the start of creation? All right, let's see. All right, so we have I can guide and lead others wisely and with love. Moon goddess Hina. Okay, so this is the second time. Every day I focus on what is important. Waxing gibbous 5. Okay, not exactly sure what moon that would be, but so I can guide and lead others wisely and with love. Okay, so that's what a lot of you are doing at this moment. Okay, what you're stepping into. A part of your authority you have is to guide. Okay, so you're a guide. Okay, you're also a leader. Again, a guide. Okay, maternal instincts. Okay, leadership, the masculine quality. Okay, wisely. Okay, so now we're in union because we have wisdom and we have love. Okay, so let's see. What else do we want to do? Oh yeah, past life. This is my first time using these as well. So are we using the guidebook for this? It's getting lengthy, so let's see. Oh, they're slippery. Let me do it a different way. Ooh, beautiful. And look what came back out again. Monk or nun. Okay, even after shuffling this. All right, so that definitely is giving me the Hierophant and the Hermit energy. Okay, so we had the Empress, Emperor. Now we have the Hierophant and the Hermit. Okay, but we have forgiveness here. Okay, so your past life, either there was a lesson in forgiving, okay, in some type of way. Now with the overall energy, monk or nun, this could be, your overall purpose for, why you are in this forgiving energy. Okay, monk or nun. Now, when I think of monk, nun, I think of an energy of um, spiritually being there before, but physically not having to reap the consequences, of what you went through or what he went through. So your spirit went through something, okay, or your spirit has undergone the certain tasks, but physically you probably didn't have to, okay, deal with it, okay, but also when you think about the that saying, no pain, no gain. You have to think of it in all its little facets and arenas. Okay, so physically, if you're not dealing with uh, like an issue like famine, okay, in a certain type of way. Okay, I'm saying that term because monk or none. All right, famine. If you're not dealing with famine, then you don't know the energy about, reaping your harvest. Okay, um, you know the joys that are associated with harvest, um, a harvest of plenty, but when you have a harvest of few, it's not really there. It's kind of like you bypass it or you just choose not to deal with it or to see, your situation in different light. So also this could be an energy of minimalist. Okay, a lot of you are in this energy where you feel as though um, if you acquire a lot, it will take you away from your spirituality, or if you have a lot around, a lot of physical items or possessions, if you have a lot of that around, then you will have to deal with the weight of, carrying all those items with you around, okay? And, doing your due diligence of, keeping those items in tip-top shape, okay? Great value, okay? So it's your this is kind of like going off on a tangent, it seems, but monk and nun is kind of like that type of energy where you're a minimalist. You choose to live, the spiritual path right away, and you kind of like put yourself in situations where you don't have to deal with the repercussions of physically dealing with it. Okay, but just know that we are, soul and flesh. Okay, we're spirit, in a body. Okay, that naturally goes through certain processes here, okay? Um, and it seems as though they want to deal with those natural repercussions, not the artificial, okay? So it's kind of like you being in this energy, maybe you didn't produce anything, but you know the energy of production, or kind of like the production and the outcome, okay? So that's where a lot of you had this innate ability to kind of like see things without experiencing it much. Okay. You were wise in thoughts. Okay. And so the forgiveness side of this is kind of like, let's see what the book has to say. Okay. Maybe I should have read the book because I'm going off on tangents. This is podcast style. But of course, it's supposed to be general. Okay. So whatever is coming up through the cards, and then also intuition. Okay. Kind of like what I'm seeing around the world, and meeting people, what they're going through, okay, and then my intuitive abilities, okay, all of that in one. Okay, so of course one is artificial, one's natural, and then one just is there, okay? It is there, okay? It's the bringer here, okay? Now, how are these organized? Alphabetically, maybe? Biblical. Interesting. So it says the situation you're inquiring about will be healed or improved through your willingness to release old stored anger. You may not even be consciously aware that you've been holding on to resentment. Okay, so resentment, that's also Libra energy for me. I don't resentment. Your anger may show up in subtle ways such as high blood pressure, addictions, insomnia, or moodiness. Wouldn't it feel great to have stable moods and more control over your health? Forgiveness isn't the same as saying that the actions of others were justified or acceptable. Instead, forgiveness is a statement of self-empowerment. You choose to detoxify yourself of all stored anger and other negative energies. After all, when you hang on to anger, it only hurts you and not the other person. To heal this situation, be aware that meditation and introspection, okay, as a part of the hermit energy, are important practices that can help you. See that your anger is merely a transient feeling, like a dark cloud floating across the sky. Recognize that the source comes from the past and let it go. Forgiveness, cathartic, and profoundly healing. Okay, oh, forgiveness is. Okay, so there's some typos. They have the forgiveness and is together. Forgiveness is cathartic. Forgiveness is cathartic and profoundly healing. Free yourself from negative and harmful emotions. All right. So, in your past, you could have been a monk, nun, or someone similar. This means that you lived a life filled with isolation, rules, and spiritual devotion. In your lifetime now, you may notice your tendency to isolate yourself from others. In fact, you likely feel most comfortable when you're by yourself. Other people may even refer to you as a monk. If this pattern is interfering with your relationships, you might consider having sessions with a qualified past life regressionist. In addition, you may have taken vows as a monk or nun that may be interfering with your relationships, career, and more. Unless these vows are severed, they carry forward through time. So, for instance, if you took a vow of poverty. Poverty. You may be struggling today with financial insecurity. Other past life vows could be connected to chastity, which can impact your present romantic life, or self denial, which causes you to feel undeserving or fearful of abundance. Often, it's enough simply to consciously bring the memories of these vows to the surface in order to release them. Then it's just a matter of clearly severing them in all directions of time. You can do so by simply saying the following: I hereby sever and release any vows that are self destructive in all directions of time for everyone involved. Yeah, so this is talking about past life stuff, so of course this could just be like moments you've dealt with, you know. In this lifetime. All right. Maybe there was something you dealt with, okay, or there could also be, something that you grew up in or a part of that you're a part of. It could be um, a religious sect. It could be um, something your parents taught you, your upbringing has taught you, kind of like just to forgive, always be in this energy of forgiving, 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 wanting to keep the peace, okay? When you couldn't do, when you couldn't take it, it's kind of like you shut up, you close up, you don't really talk about, what you are dealing with, okay, how you have been impacted, okay, by a situation, okay, but you internalize it, and then you set these kind of like boundaries on yourself or limitations on yourself, i.e., okay, so maybe someone was highly sexual in a relationship, okay, but when you didn't, want to partake in it, or you didn't give it as much, you felt it was, you that was responsible for someone going out and do it somewhere else. So you had to go through the state of acknowledging, what you did, the part that you played, okay, and then becoming considerate to the other person, saying, okay, I had my role, I had my part, instead of valuing yourself, and how you are, okay? It did not justify someone's actions, okay, why you did. Maybe, that was part of it, but there's some deeper root causes as to why someone did, what they did, regardless. If they are in a relationship with you, they say they're in a relationship with you, okay, why are they, seeking other things from someone else? This is a part of the creative energy, learning how to use that energy, for something that is quite productive, okay? So that's on the side, that's this, okay? But forgiveness, you are always in this energy of forgiving, okay? Maybe you forgive yourself last, okay? You're the last person to forgive yourself. All right. So we're getting to the deep root causes as to why, you're this type of way. Okay, why you have these limitations, okay? Why you can't break free from something in order to achieve something greater or something that's better for you this lifetime around, this go around, okay? Um, so yeah, poverty came up in there. Like I said, a minimalist, or feeling as though if you do start to gain material uh, wealth, abundance in that way, then it will open yourself up to a lot of other things that you wouldn't want or that you do not want to deal with. You feel as though it'll disrupt your spiritual process or this vow that you made to yourself or this vow that you're trying to uphold, okay? It might have been appropriate for that time, okay, moving up until a certain time, but you're in a different place right now. So how can you break free? How can you let go of that? Okay, that's why it's always important to give yourself time, but don't think too much in time. Okay, kind of like, okay, well, I'll wait 6 years until I, perform or engage myself in any sexual activity, okay, or something like that. 6 years, okay? And Then 6 months come, and now you're thinking about the vow that you made. You become conflicted, all right? When you meet someone that you actually feel safe doing this with, okay, before 6 months, all right, so we have guidance. You are not alone. You are guided by masters and teachers of the highest realm. Yeah, let's see. Magnificence. You are amazing, magnificent, and unique, but most importantly, you are enough. Know that each and every time you are enough. You are enough. So now we're transmuting this forgiveness energy into something different. All right. This is kind of like that energy where you meet someone, you get to actually see them in person, you get to know them in person, and you recognize certain things within their character, and you're in the energy of kind of like, I've seen this before, but this time, let's see where something goes. Okay? Let's see where something goes. That can take you a few weeks, a few days, or even right in that moment until you realize that you have to instantly let something go. You let it go. Alright, so we have secret sketches. Okay, so we have a cure for longing. Love is happiness, a spark inside. Live deliberately and choose boldly, then you have arrived. Then we have secret sketches. Wander and seek the familiar and friendly kind. Draw memories and sketches for others to find. We have Anthony's call. And thanks of my spirit, safe and sound, all things are lost, so can be found. Alright, alright. So let's go ahead and get into this. Interesting. So we have the Five of Pentacles at the bottom. Five of Pentacles is energy. It could be different things in different cases, but it's kind of like that feeling. How I simplify it is lack. You don't have enough. You haven't done enough to feel worthy of receiving. Okay? So this can be deep because if we're tagging along with the lion and the deer of forgiveness, all this that came out, the intuitive messages that came forth, this is the energy that you have to change here. You feel as though you're not worthy enough to receive respect initially. Some of you, this is what I'm getting. You feel as though respect is earned, or you're just born into it. And a lot of you are on the cusp of being born into something, but needing to build that respect or earn that respect. So maybe some of you were kind of like born in under a popular or famous name, but you still feel as though you have to build your own respect, because if you attach your respect to, what you were born into, then um, it kind of like wipes your identity away. Okay, so you will have to always present a mask or be a mask for something that's not truly your own. Okay. Okay, let's see what messages we have using tarot. Alright, so we have the Queen of Wands. Alright, so we have fire energy stepping out. Okay, and then we have the Moon card. Alright, so some of you could definitely be doing, some witchy stuff. Alright, performing some magic here. Alright, so there's something that you could be doing. I definitely heard something about herbs, temperance. Yeah, so there's definitely something that you're doing here. Okay, temperance. You're in a high energy, I would say this. Okay, you're in a heightened energy. This is pretty good energy. Okay, if it was the Queen of Wands and the Moon, I would be like, And if the Devil came out instead of Temperance, I'd be like, or the Eight of Swords, I'd be like, okay, let's try to cut something out here, okay? Because now something is making you nervous, or it's about to tap into your nervous system here. Okay, so something might be on automatic. Okay, it might be on repeat or automatic. Okay, so it's going to become a part of your habit. It could be something that some of you legit were trying to do. Okay, because those images did pop up into my mind, but we actually have the temperance under here. Okay, with the King of Swords. So this is pretty good energy. Okay, with the Queen of Wands and the Moon. Okay. So some of you could have fire highly placed in your chart. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Okay. But then we have the moon. So it's something that's connecting your there's a synastry or synergy here. Something you're trying to change, transform. You're trying to transform something here. Okay, Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, a lot of you are dedicated to something here. Ace of Wands. It's like the first day. Okay, it's only been one day or maybe a year. So some of you could be, so something about next year maybe, but some of you could be changing your image, transforming your inner image here. It's kind of like all about you. It's like what you want. Um, but what's going on here is there might be some dedication, or there's part of what you do that's going to something else. Again, like I said, this could be a division of some kind. Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, so this could be an opportunity that you're manifesting, that you're creating for yourself, or there's an opportunity here. What's the Knight of Pentacles, please? We have Justice. We have the Hermit. The Four of Wands. Hold on one moment. My apologies, collective. Okay, so we have two majors coming out. Okay, we have Justice and Hermit underneath the Queen of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles here. Yeah, so a lot of you could have been in this period where you just hid yourself. The Queen of Wands is like a beautiful energy to me, along with the Justice. Now, the Hermit is kind of like a little old. Okay, I wouldn't say it, but it's got a little dusty, a little old dusty, and the Five of Pentacles did come out. So there's like dust that you need to, maybe you need to just get rid of something altogether. Queen of Wands could be that Aries energy, fiery energy, passion, like just burn something up. Something needs to be burnt. like for real. All right, this is a Phoenix rising, so this might be your moment, your time pretty soon to kind of like get out and really show what you can do, like your abilities, okay, your powers, your prowess here, okay, how you can go out and achieve things on your own and how you're worthy enough to do it, okay. So a lot of you might, with the moon card here, be gaining certain insights, and it's interesting when I look at the Justice, the Hermit, and the Queen of Wands. Both of those archetypes, they have something in, they have like something in both of their hands here. Okay, all three archetypes. Like we have the scale here, we have the sword, we have the lantern. Okay, we have the staff here. Okay, we have the branch, and then we have the sunflower. Okay, I wanted to point that out. The moon, please. Page of Wands. Yeah. Ace of Pentacles. Yeah. This is you inheriting something. Because I'm seeing right here something has really been taking a long time, but this might have been something that you've been doing on your own accord here. You felt you had to do. Okay, Justice the Hermit, you felt you had to do it. It was your job, your duty to actually do this here with the Knight of Pentacles, but then here's the Ace of Pentacles. Something new is coming in for you. Page of Wands. Okay, that's good news here. It's also like progressing. Okay, so a lot of you will start to see results in something. Okay, this could be with like your moon manifestations, um, maybe dealing with something that's like feminine. All right. So it could be of the body. Okay, it could be dealing with like reproduction, the reproduction cycle, or the organs here. That's the Page of Wands, please. Knight of Swords. Something coming in fairly quick. Six of Wands. Yeah, this is like a good report. You're actually receiving a good report here. Okay, because something was hidden from you. Or something's being hidden. Now this could be done on purpose. Like something could be nameless, faceless. But I'm definitely getting something about it, like a good report here. Okay, and then the Fool is here. It might not be anything that you're aware of. What's Justice, please? That's at the bottom. What's Justice? The Emperor. Alright, so we have the Emperor showing up here. So I'm getting it's up to the man. Page of Cups to send a message. To start something. It's like it's up to the man to get something going. Okay, this could be a blessing of some kind. Okay, receiving a blessing, giving a blessing to someone. Alright, or kind of like, you have my blessings or something like that. Justice. Is that what you were waiting on? Someone's approval or someone's kind of like blessings? Because you feel as though if you don't kind of like gain some sort of acknowledgement from someone here that something is worth kind of like contributing towards or putting effort in, then it will not work. It cannot work. It's almost like someone's dependent on someone else, like to a high degree here, or dependent on something else. Maybe this could be like a god or trust my you're my God. You're my father. Hold on. What's the hermit, please? Because I'm definitely getting like a father-daughter relationship, or but then we have the Six of Wands right here. Temperance. The Five of Pentacles. Yeah, collective. I'm really getting that this is like something that you've been putting yourself through. It's like you've been disconnected or disconnecting yourself, putting yourself in kind of like this energy, this hermitude, and you were not coming out until someone recognized something. Okay. That's kind of harsh for you, for yourself, for your well-being. What else do we have? We have the Lovers, Zepar. How you say that? Number 16 causes women to love men and brings them together in love. Can make women barren. Okay. So it's like were you under a love spell of some kind, a charm? You were dealing with someone's charm, charisma, the Lovers, because it's saying it causes women to love men. Okay, Two of Wands, 22. There's another 22, the Lion and the Deer. Tales of the past and the future can make one intelligent and bold. Ah, this is kind of like one of those, it's like child, like father, like child, or something like that. Let's see. Someone has abandonment issues. They were abandoned by their father as a child, so they forgave their father, so they're forgiving every other person that kind of like made them feel abandoned. Okay. So someone deals with abandonment issues. They feel as though they've abandoned themselves here, ultimately. Okay. So we have the Eight of Cups. Ooh, how do you say that? Yael. Ayel. God, the pleasure of man's children. Okay. Notice how it's saying man's children, the man's child. Okay, transformation gives consolation in adversity. So maybe this was placed on a child at a young age, like no one wants you. Your father's not even here, or could this have just been what? Four of Cups. Okay, 23. The god deflecting evil, healing capacity, protection from weapons, safety, and travel. So that could be what's going on here. It's kind of like someone deals with abandonment issues, and they were dealing with it to some degree. And it was on the father's side, okay, or with men, or something like that. Um, so someone put themselves in hermitude, okay, but this caused them a sense of feeling like they've been abandoning themselves, okay. So acknowledgement, recognizing something, ultimately, okay, I abandoned myself because I was made to actually be more than just a man's child or a man's tool or, underneath a man. Okay, so this is like delving into Lilith a tad bit. I am the creator. I create. I am the beginning of creation, or something like that. Hold on, a man child. Okay. What do we have? We have the founder, foundations, community. Yeah. And we have the captain, taking command, teamwork. I want to read a little bit from that. Where are we? The captain. Let's see. It may feel safer to attempt a task alone, but some things are easier with a little teamwork. Don't ignore the talents of those around you. You need the experience and diversity of others to accomplish your goal. Be the driving force that's needed to get things done, but make sure to acknowledge the value that each person brings to the table. And if it's reversed, okay, fracture in the bonds of those around you, causing competition and squabbling amongst people who should be supporting each other. Be the one to reach out and resolve this before your team falls apart. Do you have a team? Are you the captain of your own ship? All right, so reach out here. Be the person who actually reaches out. All right, so I'll go ahead and leave it there. All right, appreciate you all for tuning in, being here. Okay, this was a lengthy one. All right, but we were diving into some new cards here. I know the more I use them, the less I would need of the book. Okay. Um, but yeah, again, I appreciate you all for tuning in. Be on the lookout for further energy updates if you enjoy the um, energy, the flow, of the readings. Okay, appreciate my style of reading. Definitely become a part of the team by clicking on, subscribe. Click on all notifications so that you are reminded when I release new notifications, when I release new content. Um, something is blood stained. That's what I heard. There's blood here. It's staining. So do you have birthmarks? Or there is a birthmark? Or you're leaving your mark? You're about to leave your mark here. This could be on a piece of land. This could be in history. This could be a new child. This could be an only child. This could be a child that feels left out. This could be a black sheep. Okay, but someone's about to make their mark. Alright, appreciate you all. Be on the lookout for further energy updates, but until then, I will be talking to you a little bit later. Stay tuned.